Hello everybody, this is JD again. Second part of education. Subject matter. First part we talk about the grading system and how to get rid of the A, B, C, D, E, F, get rid of the term failure, and get things changed around to enhance the student who wants to perform. To get them out of the environment where they actually are discouraged from performing. To get away from the failure concept to you can perform better and do better for yourself. But before we get any further, we need to understand what education is. What is an education? What does education really mean? Education is only one thing: choice. The more you're educated, the better you have the choice. Somebody said to me yesterday, well, there'll always be hamburger flippers. Well, yeah, maybe there'll always be hamburger flippers. And if a person wants to be a hamburger flipper, they should have that choice. By them being well educated, if he or she chooses to be a hamburger flipper, they can. Or if he or she chooses to be an engineer, they can. Or anything in between. So you have to understand, education is not being smart, and education is not being intelligent. It is nothing more than giving you the choice. If you want to be the man out there digging the ditch, or if you want to be the man out there designing the road, you have that choice. And you have to understand that. And what we have to do is we have to get our young youth to understand that education is their choice for what they choose to do in life. So we have to start looking at the subjects that we teach. A lot of people teach in schools, 9th grade, a general science, more like an overall science. But when I went to school in Connecticut, they taught earth science for 9th grade science. Now, I don't know if you would consider that a good choice. I'll tell you why. Because you see, I understand what's going on with this global warming. I really know the truth that it has happened over and over again. I know that the earth, at one time, Greenland was totally covered with tropics. I know that these dinosaurs could not exist in anywhere but near the equator right now, with the temperate zones that we have. The earth had to be a lot hotter. I've also known that at one time there was no ice caps at either poles. Both poles had no ice on it. The temperature of the earth was a lot warmer. I also know that the Gulf of Mexico almost went up to St. Louis. But as the Ice Age came into existence, I also know that the Gulf of Mexico was almost completely dry, and that the shelves were almost completely all the way out to the end, out of the water, as the earth got covered with ice. So I know the earth goes through this cyclonic events of heating and cooling. I also know that Krakatoa put an end to a global warming, or should I say postponed it. I also know the cleaner we get the atmosphere, the faster global warming will take effect. The more sunlight that gets to the surface of the earth, the hotter the earth is going to be. It heats up the atmosphere. It is then bounced up and absorbed into the atmosphere. So I know what's going on. So when Al Gore puts his movie out, like we're causing it, it's not true. It has happened over and over and over again. We may contribute a little to it, but it's very insignificantly. But you see, that's education. But the global warming alarmists don't want you educated. They want to tell you, oh, this is happening, which is really happening. But it's normal. But education, you would know that. Also, education would have taught you that when we got into this North American treaty, it wasn't good for our economy. When we stopped using our natural resources, education would have taught you that's not good for our economy. When we open up our borders totally to foreign companies without taxing their imports, then our big business is going to move overseas because they don't have to pay the import taxes now. When our government starts paying companies to build factories in third world countries, that's not good for our employees here, because those jobs will eventually go overseas. But that's what education would have taught you. The economics of the world. Global economics, if you were educated in economics, would teach you it is not an equal playing field. It is a competition for the consumers of the world. It will bring prices down on items we buy here at the cost of jobs over here. So prices go down. That is great. But your jobs, you've lost your jobs that pay high, and now you got jobs paying a lot less. So your buying power stays the same. Actually, probably a lot less because you can't afford your home now. And your home goes into foreclosure. These are things you would be taught with education. And these subjects that need to be covered in education that are not being covered. So you, as an average American, are getting blindsided by the politics of our government. By them telling you stories to make you believe them. Example, Obama wants to fine big oil so he can put $1,000 in all the lower income people's pockets. Big oil is a business. How will it make up that fine? Will it take it as a loss? Since it's almost a monopoly, I extremely doubt it. What it will do is raise the cost of its finished product, which is gasoline. So, Obama sends some of you a check for $1,000, and everybody gets to pay for it. Now, you people who are on lower income will get it, say, well, I don't own a car. If you use public transportation, they use fuel, prices go up on the fuel, transportation fees go up, everybody gets to pay for it. Big oil won't pay for it. They don't need to. You will pay for it. So you have to start looking at how to get these people to pay for things. Education would teach you that. So we have to start looking at our education and make it better, so that the American people and the American youth, when they complete their education, will have choices in their life. Not locked in to the lifestyle of their fathers or their mothers or their neighbors. They will have choices that are different and far-reaching. This is JD for President. Remember, education is not being smart. It's having the choice to do what you want to do. Thank you. I will have to do another one on subjects. I'll probably do that tomorrow. So that's what education is. Choice. Nothing more. Thank you.